Just go ahead. I can't see the framing, so I'm having a hard time telling if it's okay. So, it's fine. Okay, so it's Noelle Rose Anderson hyphen Kale again. Okay, so I think we figured it out. My son and I were trying to figure out why this just seems to have gone like stupid and crazy and kooky. Okay, so my nickname is DanceWarrior. Now, what does that actually mean? It means that I had, and why I have that nickname is because I had the courage to fight for my beloveds, people that I love, using my art form, dance. That is how I battled. That is how I broke the bondage of my sexual abuse story and for somebody else, okay? I stand up for the arts and the rights and the patronage and all of this for the arts and dance specifically. When I'm on stage and I'm dancing, I am a strong warrior. I battle fiercely. I have to fight very hard. Now that I know that cue's basically making everybody sick when they perform, oh, okay, so that gives more clue there why some people were having some trouble. So I'm actually battling to overcome any bad health too that might happen on stage. It would kind of explain why sometimes I would get these weird panic attacks. I was like, I'm not even nervous. What the hell? Okay. It doesn't make me a bad person that I am not getting overly dramatic and like, ta-da, we solved the world problems, we figured out this riddle. Guys, we are in and under duress. Look that word up, but let me just briefly tell you what it is and what it did to us. Now, when you get overstimulated, and yes, I studied psychology too, you can go two ways. You can either indulge or fight back, or you can go numb too. And because it's been so much for so long, you know that term too long a soldier and post-traumatic stress disorder? Well, the brain and the heart have a way of numbing out and saying, just get the fuck through this any way you can. It has been awful. I don't know if you can imagine this, but this was not a vacation or a holiday for us. Now, for some people, and this would have been true for me too, if we were not in a Cold War and people weren't trying to kill us and you guys aren't scaring the shit out of us saying, oh, you've got bounties on your head and all this other stuff, and we didn't see that happening, that, it would have been fun for us to discover this. We would have been really excited and happy. But look at our tweets, read our official communication. We warned you saying, we're going to get to a point where we're numbed out and we don't give a shit. Fact, go look up our tweets. We might go and dig them up for you. We're warning you, this is enough. We can't take any more of this. And soldiers go through that too. There's like, warning, warning, sensory overload, okay, come get us, we need to be rescued. And they're only allowed to do a certain amount of days on tour. Why? Because they know the psychology that people just break down. So, we didn't break down. We didn't quite numb out. We just said, let's just get this the fuck over with. You guys ruined first contact for us. You ruined the discovery of all these secrets for us because you gave way too much burden and it just has just gone on for too long. You know, really, other people who discover this, I'm pretty sure we're not under the gun like we are and have been during this. So, and I'm very angry because I'm like, why play these games? Okay, we were excited when we first got here because okay, they gotta rescue us. Now we're here. So I'm holding up my ribbons in victory, right? I'm like, we did it. Ta-da! Anybody here? No. Okay, so what's wrong? We did what you wanted us to do. So now we cash in for the reward, right? They'll rescue us. You want to make me do this grand performance and react the way you think is right and fitting for a situation like this. Rescue us. It won't be fake at all. That to me is the grand thing, okay? Why? Because we've been sitting in this goddamn fucking vehicle for a goddamn year and we have been mentally, physically tortured, okay? If you can't understand that, I want you to get your fucking asses in here and you try doing this for a week under the same circumstances and you tell me how much of your heart isn't broken and beaten out of you to where you don't give a flying fuck about anything. That's normal! Read your psychology books. Okay, now, we did everything right. We did everything loving until you fucked with us, and the game is up and over, okay? Now, the other flip side to this is, look at, we basically decimated Q's, we're the bully, because of this reaction. So it has a good, bad. To us, it doesn't seem bad at all. You guys might think it's good, bad. Okay, no, well, flip it around. Be happy we reacted this way. Do you know why? Because we basically demoralized the flying fuck out of Q. They're not even impressed with that. They really aren't afraid of us. Yes! Bingo! I'm excited about that! Come on, that's amazing! Right?
Pretty much.
Get happy about that! Come on, guys, I'm happy about that. Oh my God. So, there. Now, let's do the alien thing, Aliens, the sequel. By the way, we wrote Alienus, the third installation, which would have rocked your fucking socks off your feet. But, you know, we still have that. And, you know, we should actually go back and do it, because Sigourney Weaver is a gorgeous babe, no matter how old she is or gets. So, hon, we're going to call you up, and guess what? We're going to get permission rights to do it, because it is a fucking hot film. Okay, so here's the thing. Watch your movies that y'all made. Most victories at the end are very solemn and quiet. What did she do? She said, I got you. And then, you know, you have the false ending and she blew it out of the fucking airlock. Build. But it was very quiet. That's a good, true depiction of what a real hero is, okay? I'm just saying. They solved the riddle. What, do you want me standing out on some big platform high and going, whoa, we figured it out? No, that's what I'm going to respond to when you rescue us. So you will get your response with a proper rescue. This isn't hard to figure out. Jesus Christ, you guys keep torturing us and allowing torture to happen to us. What do you think we're really excited about? That's stopping, and a rescue would stop that. That's normal, okay? It's happening to our bodies, our hearts, and our minds, okay? I'm not into politics. I love our country, but I knew it was fucked up, and I always said this even when I was a little girl. I was like, Mom, you're dressing me up like Betsy Ross. Why? You know, 1776, I was a real little girl, but I'm like, something's weird here. And I'm asking all these questions, and she can't come right out and tell this little girl, Q. Okay? So, I mean, it's like, I knew without knowing, without someone telling me, without me being able to articulate what the hell was up. It was written on my heart and in my conscience somehow, I don't know. But it deadened me, or it desensitized me. I'm not surprised. I mean, had all these hint-drops in our media anyway, so I grew up with the corny TV shows, you know, oh, it's a double, Parent Trap and all that. Okay, so my husband might shit his pants when he actually sees that it's real. He won't have much of a reaction except like, oh my God. Oh my God, oh my God. You know, and we did, let's pull our tapes. We acted, oh my God. But, you know, at this point, you made us and forced us to do something that wasn't authentic. So it's like you did what Q's did, and you took our arms and twisted it behind our back. And it's basically like, if you want this to stop, solve our goddamn riddles and post it online. I'm like, oh my God, we were just trying to get some sleep last night, and we have video of this. And I'm like, that's really mean. I didn't want to do that, just to be mean back to you guys, you know? I'm like, you're using us. So, okay, fine. It doesn't mean I don't love you guys. It's just that but it's also a sign of a healthy mind, too. Do you want us to go, like, crazy off the deep end and, like, what? We ain't gonna commit suicide over this. What was your anticipation of our response? No shit. It was gonna be very like, we don't give a fuck, just rescue us now, please. Because we're being tortured. To us, that is our victory moment. Because it's personal for us. You made it that way. You guys chose. You wouldn't give us a choice. You were too scared to make first contact. I mean, you fucking ruined that for us. We were like so excited. Everyone's all pumped up, right?
Yeah.
And it was a setup. You stood us up. We were harmed physically. We were hurt emotionally. And I'm like, you know, I mean, you look at people who are in war. I mean, if you look at Schindler's List, the Jews were freed. That, by account, is actually an accurate depiction of how they felt. Because they were abused, they were tortured, they were held captive, and they're just like, something died in here. Somebody killed that, and it's going to take some time to put that back. And with me, I'm like on-off. I can control my emotions. I also can let them fly. My son really helped me learn how to do that. Not that it's fake. It's just that it shows good, well-grounded control. And that helps you with appropriateness. And I don't give a shit about appropriateness right now. So, you know, I want this big, grand, beautiful rescue that is actually going to go down in history and mean something. But what, you guys are going to fuck that up and ruin that for me too? You guys got this reaction because you programmed it that way. What the fuck did you think was going to happen? We told you. We told you how we were. And we are very patient and we have really long fuses. Am I right?
Pretty much.
But when you risk our lives and you know what I lost, it's just like, that's enough. It's like you guys aren't even comprehending. How many of you have miscarried? I don't even know you and my heart breaks for you. And I would show that. You guys were more worried about us solving a fucking riddle than me and a potential child? Nothing wrong with us. Sorry. We're being poisoned and you're like, she's a dance warrior. Dance warrior. Dance, dance, dance. But now you all and Q have made that definition broader. I did everything a real warrior, a soldier does. You know what? My father was in the military. We have military family background. They weren't all like, yeah. No. They were fucking complaining, bitching. They were doing what is normal. What we did. We were drafted. You didn't ask us. You didn't say, hey, do you guys mind doing this? You didn't even have the decency to write us a legitimate note, a legitimate letterhead saying, hold on, guys, we've got this. It's something so I could show my lame-ass husband and shove it in his fucking face and say, see? But you deprived me of that too. So then we had another double whammy, triple whammy, quadruple whammy of a problem because I have his ass saying, no, there's not enough evidence. What you say isn't true just because you say it's true. I'm like, shut up. It's right there before his eyes, okay? He deals with crisis and trauma by denying it. He's one of these deny everything type people. I'm like, I don't deny. Me and my son are the better people than he is. His denial harms people. Secrets, lies, all this harms people. Now, let me make myself clear. If you would like this to end very well and you guys get a really nice payoff and we get a really nice payoff and we have our beautiful non-contrived, non-conjured moment, meaning our reactions are not conjured or contrived, but it's a real, emotional, beautiful moment, can you just fucking rescue us? You would have gotten everything on the to-do list done by us 2 days tops. If you just would have made it very plain like you did for my family. Because I don't fuck around. I don't like to sit around and I am not even slightly lazy. You tell me what to do and it's plain and it's clear. I'm like, go, let's do it. We even arrive early. We do what actually Trump was saying. Oh, we come in under budget and we get it done before the deadline. Okay, so no brainer. That is the book that was written. Right? That was published. But what is the book that was written? That's the real books that I want to see published now. Why? Because I think that's where the real truth is. And I'm getting really tired of everyone just kind of like politically correctly and diplomatically putting everything, because we are all being ripped off as the human race because of this shit. I want raw, real, uncensored. And you believe me now, don't you? Raw, real, uncensored. Yeah, so why don't we give a shit for other reasons? Son, you want to add to that?
Oh, why we don't give a shit?
Yeah, about this riddle solving thing. Besides having to do it while we're being tortured and not feeling good all the time and not having money, not eating well because of this shit.
Well...
I mean, I would think that people would get that. I don't know why you can't figure that out.
Well, I guess the whole... another part of it is that what does it actually mean to us?
Well, it just solidifies what I kind of gathered anyway.
Yeah.
Like I said, it wasn't like some deep, dark mystery that was shielded to us. Like I said, how could anybody not have a feeling that something is very wrong and not kind of sense that it's got to be something weird shit like this?
Well, the signs were there. I mean, you had that weird shit on the dollar bill and everything.
Yeah, and I said, this is surveillance. I mean, but the thing is, I get it. You're the new group that came in, the new family that came in. Trump we knew some of this. We were already, now this is where the problem is. We have a big failure to communicate. We were assuming that Trump gave you all of our reports. Why? Because that's a courteous thing to do. Yeah. When you're passing something on to the next person, like we had Dance Club. I kept looking for somebody to, take my spot as the president of the LAVC College Dance Club. I created it. I wanted to, I wrote up this nice big book, a binder, and we kept looking for We kept looking for the right person to turn it over to, because I'm not just going to say, here, to any old person, because then all my hard work is just going to be null and void. So we were looking. I was like, oh my God, I'm getting so tired doing this. And we were doing it for the kids, okay? Yeah, sometimes I actually got to perform and I was in the lead part, but not all the time. Sometimes I let everybody else perform first, and I was just somewhere doing something else, dancing over here or there. Or sometimes I made sure that, other people were spotlighted before I was. But sometimes I chose to go first. That's okay, because I'm doing all the fucking work. I should be able to get some kind of reward. And so I would do that. That's normal. So yeah. So we just assumed, why wouldn't we? You're supposed to share intelligence from the former to the new, so they know what the fuck is going on and they don't make any mistakes. So here, you guys should have known that I already had a problem with a few people in my family. Then you wouldn't have rescued them. But we were posting it on our social media too, and we were like, wait a minute, something's not right here. Next, I get that Trump has a prerogative that he doesn't have to share everything. But, it's our information and it can't be classified on our end because we're not even getting told anything. So we didn't break any laws or do anything bad or traitorous or anything because nobody told us not to share. Plus, it's my information. I wasn't trying to get it classified. I was just sharing my story, which I made public anyway, even while we were sending this, before we were sending it. So it's a no-brainer, but we sent it to him because we're like, well, maybe he doesn't read our social media. Why would he? Why would we think he did? Okay, so all this information, we're saying, hey, wait a minute, David Bowie's song, right? We told him. And go look on our timeline. We were talking about it before Biden came along and Harris and all that, right? We were looking. We just didn't know it was called. Look at my videos. Go to the Red Ribbons. Is it Red Ribbons or Ruban Rouge or... Go to our website, access it off of our Twitter, scroll all the way down, look for the icons that show the YouTube icon. Click on the YouTube icon, go all the way down to almost a year and a half, maybe 2 years ago, and I'm making all of these videos, and I have my little notebook and my little marker, and I'm saying how all my talents were divvied up here and divvied up there. Well, you know what? Why don't we find those videos and make them, put them on our Twitter so these nice people can actually see what we're talking about. So guys, I was calling it the corporation because I didn't have a name for them. Why would I think Q was a fucking name for this group? So I knew there was a group. I sent these links of the videos to Trump, and he was probably watching them anyway. We sent our observations in. Is it this? Is it this? Is it this? Is it, you know, right?
Yeah.
So we were basically saying this is Q without naming it as Q, okay? We were just saying we knew something was wrong and here are the elements. Oh, well, that's Q. So it's not like this is a surprise to us. We wanted to fit these pieces. We had all the pieces. We had a lot of it assembled already, guys. This is not news to us. So we're like... We're very visual. And we was like, oh, okay. We've been here before. We told you that. That's how we knew we weren't going to be sick. It's so fucking hot. You know, so there's that. So anyway, right? We basically, we knew without knowing the terms and the actual names. And then one thing led to another. I'm like, why do all these people know about my heritage? You know, the nobility, which led to the royalty thing. I'm like, shit, I knew about the nobility. It's in our dissertation. I said, hi, my name is, and I have nobility in my background, and this and this and this. You know, telling everybody the honest to God truth to say what the fuck is happening to us and who's bothering us and why. Okay? And, you know, I knew it was some bullshit. My dad! I was raised by my dad and my mom. They divorced when I was young, so my dad was out of the house when I was young too, but he came around. My mom and grandmother were more influential, right, in my upbringing. Pretty well balanced. And he would bitch and complain about the government and talk conspiracy theories, and so none of this is news to me. Of course I'm going to be like, oh, well, my dad kind of talked about this. It's not a big deal. You know? And you guys should be thankful, because the reason I'm desensitized to it, not only because it's been around my family, talked about, not necessarily Q and naming Q or being specific, this monument, this monument, this monument, you know, shit like that. But, you know, it's not news to me, okay? It's a desensitization. It's a like, well, no shit, because my dad once talked about this, this, and this, and it's like, oh, okay, maybe that's what he meant. You know? So, Alice in Wonderland, part of the thing that broke down for you guys, yeah, I'm Alice. Let's face it. Alice had the royalty. Alice figures it out. Part of the thing that doesn't match up with the lore, and I'm glad it doesn't, because you guys need to learn something. You basically decided this was me without getting to know me. That's why I made posts about a week or two ago, let's get to know each other. And some of you did that. And I'm like, oh my gosh, how cool. I'm getting to know you. I want to know you. I like getting to know you. I want you to like getting to know me, not what you made me into, okay? But it's not that far off the mark. The only thing that is different, I am still a warrior, I still do everything right, is that I'm just so overloaded that I don't even have time to give a shit. You understand? I just want to be rescued. My main focus was not to solve the riddle. That was just something you guys just felt adamant about, and I'm like, all right, let's see if this gets us rescued. Let's just do something to stop this madness, okay? We want to be rescued. I don't know how much more clear we need to be. Now, when we first wrote our dissertation, we were not being poisoned out of our home like this. Oh yeah, he was testing the poisons on us, but we were handling them fine enough. But it was like every once in a while we get some weird shit symptom, and I'm like, what the hell is this now, right?
Pretty much.
And we would detox, overcome it, and I'm like, yeah, training, and I'm like, okay, I'm fine. So, I don't have credentials to be an official doctor, but I could be because of all my training, because of all my knowledge, because of all of my, problem solving and solution skills that I've helped other people with, and I have cases, I said, I'm not a real doctor, but why don't you try this? And, sign something, don't get me in trouble type of a thing. Guys, do you not understand? When we first read our dissertation, it was just like the intellectual property. That's why almost a month ago we were saying, guys, you do know that this is about our intellectual property more than the royalty thing, right? And then it turns out that you guys were on another page, a good page, and part of the whole. But we were over here thinking, yeah, I know about this nobility thing, whatever, what am I going to do about it? And look, if you guys would have told us about Q much longer ago, we would have saved this world much sooner. Just saying. Because that's how we are. But you shouldn't be disappointed in me at all. I am still a mighty warrior. I will still knock your socks off when you rescue me, and you won't even know what the fuck hit you, and I will not disappoint you, because you don't know what it's like to be tortured for this long, to be pushed out of your home, okay? We're Jewish people too. It happened to my ancestors, unless that's a lie too. It doesn't seem like it, but let's find out. No, we are not going on another trek or a journey. We're done. We did everything right. We did everything well, and everything was good, and I think we surprised you with some more insights that you guys didn't even know. Oh, if we go back there, we won't find more. That was just off the cuff. We'll see more. We're visual. We dance. We, hello. We're artists. We see this stuff easy. But these verbal hint drops is not how we learn, and we're not down for that. It's like, oh my God, no. Just tell us what you want us to do, please. Again, I get it. How do you communicate when you can't communicate? You didn't want cues going after you and ripping off your nuts. I get it, okay? But then again, I don't get it, because it's like, why is it okay to communicate with my family so plainly? Because cues are listening to them too. I mean, whatever. So, please understand. We love you guys, but you really pissed us off. Why do we see that perception? Because you had all of our information and all of your information. And we're saying, just rescue us. That's what we want. So that's above and beyond what our initial dissertation was. But we didn't have any flippin' clue that this was going to be the end result. You guys knew COVID was coming because you knew Qs were ramping some shit up. We knew something was ramping up because we started to have to wear these things. My dad sent me a whole bunch of, I think they were just called N95, not KN95, here they are, shit. Without the K, these guys, the white ones. And, this was long ago that my dad sent me these things. And I'm like, oh, okay, if we ever do carpentry, or if there's some weird ass fucked up emergency toxic chemical bullshit, there we go, we're prepared. I'm not making fun of my dad. He was the smartest one. So we were prepared like him. Survivalist, I don't give a shit, make fun of it. But, we had some preparation. So the summer before, maybe even the spring before COVID happened, what was that, 2019, my son and I are like, why the fuck are we feeling kind of dauncy? Remember I Love Lucy? Lucille Ball, Lucy Ricardo, she was pregnant. I feel dauncy. She felt kind of off. So we were feeling kind of off, right? So we started wearing these masks. And then people are, why are you wearing masks? I said, there's something wrong with the air. Do you see all this white dust shit? And it just got overwhelmingly obvious. More obvious. And I'm like, we wrote into the agriculture department was that Sonny Perdue, and you guys need to investigate that man and make sure that he's a cool guy, because we'll be very disappointed if he's not. But you know what? Investigate him, because we told him, and then all of a sudden all this money goes to the agriculture department, and then there's more flying crosses dispensing this shit. I ain't falsely accusing or accusing